Thou mighty presence of life, it is I, Saint Germain, that greet you. Thou infinite, all-pervading presence, with thy mighty radiance surging forth through the atmosphere of earth into all the lives of all who shall give thee thy attention. I give praise and thanks for the onrushing Christ power of love and wisdom, which with no uncertainty is raising the consciousness of humankind above the sordid selfishness and chaos that is in the outer world today. I give praise and thanks that we have become conscious of thy mighty active I am presence at all times in our lives, and that in the conscious recognition of thee, thou dost charge our minds, our bodies, our feeling side of life with thy pure presence forever. I, Saint Germain, bring each of you, beloved roses, greetings from the radiant ascended host to all of you. As oracle of the violet's consuming flame, I greet you this day and enfold you in my heart's violet flame love for each of you. 88 years have passed since I began my own transmissions directly into the home of my former messenger, the Ballads, known to some of you as Godfrey and Lotus Ray King, in 1932, both of whom today are ascended and free. Once the Ascended Masters begin to transmit their presence directly, as I did some 88 years ago, humankind is generally given 100 years to voluntarily follow the guidance of your Ascended Master Guides. Turn their attention towards the light and their own mighty I Am presence. And once again, the conditions of the outer world at this present time is that those who sincerely seek the light and desire to live the constructive way of life, you must all have more than human help if you are to survive this present period of chaos, discord, and life-threatening situations. The need of protection and intervention from on high for the people of earth is so great at this hour. And if the good people are to find their freedom, peace, and protection, I say to you, beloved roses, that now is your hour. Now is your hour to know that vigilance in entering your spiritual protocol is the price for greater freedom, peace, and protection that we in the Ascended Master realms and the angels can offer you at this time. It is as you give your attention to God, the mighty I Am Presence, and the magic presence that abides within each of you, as Mother Akasha terms the mighty individualized presence of God. And it is through your calls, your prayers, your decrees, your inner communion with your God divinity, that I remind you, precious hearts, to use the phrase that I gave my own students decades ago, and that phrase being quite simple: mighty I Am Presence, great ascended and angelic host, come forth. Mighty I Am Presence, great ascended and angelic host, come forth. Beloved hearts, spoken with intense love, this is your call for God and us to re-establish perfection everywhere, and to let God's will be made manifest in your life and this world once again. I would remind you this day that as Mother Akasha guides you, that when you live in the higher consciousness of your divinity, and you come to understand the real meaning of those mighty words, I am, and that I am is the full activity of life in all its perfection. To remind you, beloved precious roses, that when you say or feel I am, you open wide the doors for the natural flow of life's perfection through you, the life you have been given. And when you say I am not, you shut the door to this mighty energy flowing into your life and your world. Be vigilant, beloved roses, how you use these mighty words. As Mother Akasha and the Master Jesus stated recently, especially at this hour and the current storm that are in your world and what is yet to come, we in the Ascended Master realms all desire to come closer to you and assist you. Yet once again, I remind you of the necessity of vigilance, that you must be vigilant in following the guidance I offered years ago, to know, to do, to dare, to serve. And yet in all these things, to be silent. As we desire to come closer to you. Some of you may become aware of us. And if we do come, we come only to offer you some personal guidance, intervention, assistance, And in these things you must be silent. Some of us may come so close to you. Yet silence about these matters is critical. You might remember the stories shared in Unveiled Mysteries and the Magic Presence, the stories of the youth and those other individuals. Stories that were deliberately revealed to the public so that all could be inspired and know what is possible. Yet, the original names of all these individuals that you read of remained in secrecy. And never once did those four beloved youth, Pearl, Nada, Rex, and Bob, and others, never once did they call their friends and tell them that Saint Germain was working with them, helping them. They ceded my guidance to be silent. We in the Ascended Master realms, we all choose our messengers. I chose beloved Godfrey and Lotus. Mother Akasha has chosen Uta and Excalibur. And yet in my own activity, there was always those few who claimed out loud that we were communicating with them as if they too were our messengers, and they were not. Mother has faced the same situation a few times over the years, where a few students claim they were messengers receiving messages from Akasha and the Sun, and they are not. Beloved roses, beloved students of life, as Mother Akasha and Master Jesus stated, we desire to come closer to you. And if we do come to you to offer some assistance, it is private. It is for you and you alone, for your own spiritual growth. I see, and it is right what I see, that miracles are beginning to happen in the lives of the roses of the Academy. This is wonderful, and yet not wonderful when you share with others the miracles that may be happening or the miracles that you may be performing. Remember my words, to be silent, lest you yourself dry up the source of those miracles. It is one thing to anonymously share with your messenger Usa and the Students' Corner of the Academy miracles that may be happening, but we must always be humble to these things. The Master Jesus never, never, never once talked about the miracles he was doing. Sometimes I see some of you share that some master has done something for you. I urge you to stop this. Be humble of these things. Hold these things and these kind of miracle interventions to yourself, that they may grow. Dare to be silent. There are many reasons that we ask of this. And again I say, we desire to come closer to you and to assist you. But if you go around announcing to others that we are doing so, we will stop coming. When I worked with the youth and others that are written about, the magic presence, silence and secrecy were required then and remain so still in the present world. You are not so illumined that you know of the sinister forces that are yet in your world, who will do nothing more to prey upon those who announce their miracles or contact with the masters. So let us come to you to assist you. Yet if a voice tells you to share with others what we offer you, then I say to you, that is not our voice. It is your own voice that you have convinced yourself is us. Beloved roses, there are many appearances today in the outer world. They are all manifestations of mortal minds, and therefore they are false before the presence of God. Yes, false appearances in the world can take the lives of many. Yet you, who are illumined, must remember that as long as you give way to the appearances in the outer world, you will have them express in your life and your world. Be vigilant, beloved roses. You have such a master teacher in your beloved Mother Akasha. The guidance has come from my own activity and Mother's dispensation. That as you live in the higher consciousness of God, as you make your effort through your various spiritual protocol, that there then is only one presence and power and intelligence acting in your life, and that is God. Be vigilant. It is no secret that I love my America. Yet I would remind you that years before I came to America, I served as much as I could in Europe. Yet America has been that nation chosen from on high that must rise a mighty cup of light one day soon. A cup of light that will serve the entire world. I encourage you roses to join my beloved violets in decreeing that my violet flame love and the uncountable angels of my violet flames enfold America and the world this hour. That my violet flame love and purity in such all Christ concentration shall cover over all the chaos and disease in the outer world and the selfishness of some of the people of earth. And that my violet flame love and purity and power be given the opportunity to silence, consume, and remove from the world all that offends life. As does Mother Akasha and all the Ascended Masters, we hold all of you in our heart of love. America, I love you. America, I love you. America, I love you. And ye shall rise, a mighty cup of light, and all one day shall drink of that light. Be vigilant, beloved roses. Let us come close to you. It holds a humble and an ever so grateful silence of these things. I love you dearly. And I thank life for providing me this opportunity to transmit my presence, my life, and the words that I have chosen to ensure, to encourage each of you in your vigilance, that I and others may continue to come as close as possible. I thank you. I am Saint Germain.